Now that we've been through the definition of what master is and the practice of maintaining a source of truth for your designs, let's go through a few examples of how this plays out for some real teams. Every project in Abstract has a master, so this concept and workflow applies to any design work you want to do, regardless of what the deliverable or outcome is. One such example that many teams have is a design system. You definitely want to maintain a source of truth when it comes to your design system, and some teams have done this very well using Abstract. At one company, the team has used a section to create a bucket that holds all of the projects related to their design system. They have separate projects for the design system proper, design patterns, user flows, documentation, and a sandbox for other people to contribute new patterns back into the system. In the primary design system, they use the in-production model, only merging branches with new components back into master when the components have been built out in code, so that the master sketch libraries match their developer codebases. This way, when a designer uses symbols from a linked library, they can know without question that the component will be available to them as they start to go into the building phases. Knowing where to go to find the latest approved work without having to track down contributors or stakeholders through email and messaging apps can be especially important when you're working on a tight deadline and with customers. Several design agencies use Abstract to manage their client work. They usually have one project in Abstract per initiative that they've signed on per client. By keeping all work in branches when it's currently in progress, and using design reviews to get feedback and approval from the client, they've created a system that is very clear about what's ready to be delivered. Merging branches into master only after coordinated review cycles ensures that there's no ambiguity about which designs have passed QA and received client approval. As an added bonus, when the contract has been completed, they can transfer the entire project to their client's Abstract account. Having a clear sense of the versions of your design files without having to deal with clutter, redundancy, and managing access and sharing permissions with tens or hundreds of people is part of what draws many designers at large enterprises to Abstract. One such team has found that Abstract allows wider, collaborative teams to make better, faster decisions. While it's relatively easy to work together and keep things straight with 2 or 3 designers, it gets chaotic and confusing very quickly as teams begin to scale. With the master branch protected and separate from working branches, Abstract maintains a source of truth on decisions that have already been made and simultaneously creates visibility and discussion on ongoing work. Everyone from an executive to an individual contributor can see the work that is happening and use that context to impact what the team decides to focus on. With these examples, we'll wrap up our segment on master, which is the source of truth for each project's designs.